Hey, welcome to Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf. Hope you're having a terrific Wednesday, a wonderful Wednesday. Sorry. Hey, we just had an incredible launch for the Broadcasters Unite Lift Up the World event. I hope you were there. Didn't see your comments in the stream. If you weren't, man, you should have been there. It was a fun start. The messages are rolling. We have 60 plus broadcasters from around the world that submitted video messages that that are focusing on acknowledging the turmoil that we're all experiencing that's going on in the world around us right now, and giving their message, their tips, their hope for the future, because we're coming together to create that future. That's how it works, right? There's another side to all this. We will, is coming together is the key. That's why Raven Blair Glover created Broadcasters United, Lift Up the World. Thank you so much, Raven. If you don't know Raven, you really need to go to Raven Media, RavenInternationalMedia.com to check out the media build out that she has been doing even during the Great Shutdown. She's launching new services to help podcasters, broadcasters better connect with their audiences and to, and to build an income around what they're doing. And she's contributing back in true entrepreneurial spirit. She is a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. She is a long-term broadcaster. She's had a huge impact in the podcast space from the earlier days of podcasting and teaching others how to be effective at that. And she's done delivered incredible insights through her interview series. I just can't tell you enough. It's just a sample of what she's done. Check her out. Check out her podcast. Check out her new media properties, her TV channel, which we're proud to have our TV show on, and really happy to be part of the team. That being said, it was a fun launch this morning. We did a quick 30, 40 minute-ish launch as the Broadcasters United was getting started. So check out Broadcasters United. The link is included in the description of this episode so that you can catch the live stream on Facebook. You can also catch it on Roku, on Raven International TV. Search for Broadcasters Unite on Roku, on Amazon Fire TV. It will be streaming to Apple streaming. It'll be posted to Apple Music as a podcast that was just approved at the last minute. Later this afternoon, it will be begin airing on YouTube. So it's just we're going all over social media. Share it with your friends. Go check it out, because here you've got the messages from broadcasters around the world. So there's some big names that are included in that. There's some live interviews that Raven will be adding later in the day. There are good news you can use, fun segments that are sharing positive things, positive stories of what people have been doing during this potential time of isolation, and how a lot of people really aren't isolating. How have you been doing? Are you isolating? Are you feeling isolated, or are you joining with us in socially distancing while, physically distancing? Let me make sure I get this right. Physically distancing while socially gathering using technology like this live stream multicast, like the others that are available. We use StreamYard, which gives us an opportunity to be able to interact and see comments coming. When you comment, that's why I always encourage you to comment. If you are surrounding yourself with positive people, put a 1 in the comments where you're watching this. If it's YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, put a 1 in the comments and let me know, because it can interact with you. And that's what we wanted to do with the kickoff for Broadcasters Unite. And there's a lot of pre-recorded messages because people in different times, China, for heaven's sake, Australia, very different time zones. We're really reaching globally to get messages from people to see what are they doing? How are they responding? How are you, and consider that. How are you responding? Hopefully these will be, the intent is this is stuff that you can use in your life to help you stay connected, to help surround you with positive people that care and that don't ignore the reality around us, yet choose to come together to build a better future. Choose to come together to make changes that need to be made so that we can all live that better future. So consider that. It's a great event. There's there's fun. I've seen some of the segments. There is some fun segments, so it will be insightful. It will be fun. Enjoy the ride. It's going to be on all day long. So click the link that's in the description for this episode, and and when you can, join in when you can. Stop in for a couple 15 minutes, catch a couple videos, maybe one of the good news you can use segments. Maybe one of the live, maybe you'll catch one of the live interviews. Those are being interspersed throughout the day to mix it up, to keep it engaging. Be there when you can. I know you got a hectic day, but we're all in this together. So join us in that coming together. Can't stress that enough. It's so important for us to come together right now so that we can make changes that need to be changed, that need to be made, and so that we can, not isolate, not allow physical distancing to become something that drives a wedge between us. We need to build those connections, build relationships, not allow them to fray and come undone due to social, physical distancing. And I first heard that phrase from the actor Glenn Morshower, where he said, no, this is wrong. The statement social distancing is incorrect. It is about physical distancing, socially gathering. Excuse me, either whether it's by phone, by technology, technology on social media, to the internet, however we do it, we need to stay physically gathered together in a way that's safe given the current circumstances. So thank you so much for that, Glenn. And tell you what, you really need to check out the Future of TV, which Glenn Morshower, Ken Walls, who is the king of live stream, and Scott McCain, who is a National Speakers Association Hall of Fame professional speakers on stages all over, and also a longtime radio broadcaster and has the baritone voice to prove it. The three of them created a show called The Ken and Glenn Show with a guy named Scott. So every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, they come together from their different locations. Scott's in Las Vegas, Glenn's in Dallas, Ken is in the Central Ohio area, around Columbus, Ohio area, and they do a 90-minute show that is fun, insightful, and engaging and interactive. Right? We do live, and now we get to interact with each other. It's not just sitting back and watching passive experience. So we get to really that helps promote building relationships. Right? I've gotten to know Ken and Scott much more because of Glenn. A mutual friend of ours gave me a heads up that Glenn was going to be interviewed by Ken Walls. Glenn introduced me to Ken Walls. Ken and I have gotten to know each other during the pandemic, and he has helped me with getting started doing these kind of live streams. So how are you building relationships like that? Are you? See, this is what Broadcasters Unite, Lift Up the World is about, is seeing people, being able to hear their message, get a sense of their heart. Why would you want to know this person? Is this someone you would want to know? A gentleman that I had interviewed of blue fishing fame, look him up, blue fishing, bluefish.com. He wrote a book called Blue Fishing. Google that so you can find the backstory on it. It's fun. He's a great guy. Steve Sims. So he runs a podcast now as well. And he had talked about having the chug test. Is the person you've met someone that you would invite out to chug a beer with and hang out? Now we have a similar test around our house, which is this someone that you would invite over for dinner, and want to hang out over dinner and have them at your home. Ken Walls is someone like that. Steve Sims is someone like that. I met him through some introductions a couple years ago, interviewed him on our radio show that we had at the time. Scott McCain is someone like that. Raven Blair Glover is someone like that. Got to know her and her husband, Khalik, who's a Grammy Award-winning sound engineer, through mutual friends. It's having those kinds of relationships that help so much with getting through times like we find ourselves in, to get through tough times in life. There are certain trials and tribulations in life. That's one of the few things guaranteed. Having people around you that acknowledge the reality that we're experiencing, yet are determined to move forward through it and create a positive out of it. Those are who you need to surround yourself with. If you have not already, you may have. Let me know in the comments. If you have people like that around you, put them in the comments. If you're feeling isolated, add it to the comments. Want to know, because we're in this together. You're not alone. That's a big part of the Broadcasters United Lift Up the World message as well. And again, the link is in the description for this episode. Head over there as soon as we're done here. Keep this brief so that you can join in to, for however long you have available, to the Broadcasters Unite Lift Up the World event. There's a lot of great information, great people that you get a chance to meet. And because it's on social media, these are people that you can connect with and build a relationship with, learn from. Who knows where that could lead? And I'm so grateful to Bob Donnell, who is a mutual friend of Glenn Morshower's of mine. Bob Donnell, who is all about Next Level. In fact, that's what the program he runs is called, Next Level by Association. Bob gave me a heads up that Glenn was going to be interviewed on a live stream by Ken Walls, and I joined into that, and that was where Glenn and Bob introduced me to Ken. I'm so grateful for that, because now Ken has become a friend. Turns out we have so much you meet people and you find out you have so much in common that, as my brother Rock likes to say, such a tiny blue marble that we live on, right? You think, it's like pinching myself and going, this can't be real. I must be dreaming, because to meet someone like this under the circumstances that we met during the Great Shutdown is like, how does that happen? Yet it did happen. It was an opportunity to build a relationship, and check Ken out, King of Live Stream. He's fun to know. He's very direct. Not coming from a bad place though, and I appreciate that. He's fun. He's direct. Shoot straight, and he truly is the king of live stream. So thank you for this. Is all Ken's fault, by the way. If you don't like this episode, if you don't like the show, blame Ken. He's the one that got me started doing this. Thanks, Ken. I appreciate you, my friend. So have some fun with this. Gather around and have some fun with this. And think about communication. I'm watching the clock, and I want to keep this to about 10, 15 minutes. So I'm going to drop off and so you can get over to Broadcasters Unite, Lift Up the World. We'll talk some more about communication, and I'll be checking in with you again later today on our typical broadcast times. But I'm so glad that you're part of the conversation. And something we were talking about, I'm going to leave you with this. Something we were talking about at the kickoff this morning. Raven had asked us all of us that were part of the team that helped put this together. I did a little bit. Raven and her production team. Oh my gosh. Kathy Sexton, who ran all the communications for the team and kept things organized. Oh my gosh. It did so much work. And I'm not going to, if I name more people, I will miss some of the people that were on the team that supported Raven and helped Raven put this together. And I just want to say thank you all. It's an honor working with them. Go check out the video. So here's what Raven asked us. If we can all share one tip from our experience, in these turbulent times, but also from being part of the Broadcasters United Lift Up the World event. And here was mine. Yes, like you, there are times when I have felt very isolated over the past several months. As you have probably felt, there have been times of great fear as well. There have been nights where I woke up in the middle of the night for absolutely no reason, in a panic, couldn't go back to sleep. There have been days where just like feel Eeyore-ish. It's like, man, we're ever going to get through this? What's going to happen on the other side? What do I need to do? And here's where that always leads me. And this was something I was mentored on a long, long time ago by a gentleman that I refer to as my crusty Algerian Muslim mentor. It's a good man, Rashid Tifrit. Thank you so much, Rashid, for the impact you've had on my life. Something he mentored me on. It was like, in those states, when I'm in those emotional states, or when I'm in doubt, It's about being connected spiritually to the universe around me and posing this question: how can I be of service in this moment? How can I be of service in this moment? Makes all the difference, because gets me out of my head, gets me past the fear, gets me in action, gets me stepping forward in thinking about other people and how can I help. It's a longer topic. I'm going with that, but consider that. Consider that question. If you're really struggling today, spiritual math doesn't always make sense. Consider this, or as something else I was coached on, for your consideration. Pose the question: how can I be of service in this moment? So I'm going to be of service to you by signing off, so you can drop over to Broadcasters Unite, lift up the world, and watch as long as you can. Take a couple minutes before you have to go back to what you're doing. Links in the description for this episode. And again, I'm grateful that you're part of the conversation, and look forward to continue to build that relationship, and and trudging forward through current circumstances, and having you come together with us to build a brighter future.